I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Are ethnically Jewish Christians still expected to keep the Torah even if it isn't a salvation issue? This is a really insightful question because it deals with what we call a completed Jew or a Messianic Jew. We're talking about someone who is Jewish by birth, blood, history, but they are a born-again Christian faith in Jesus Christ, who I obviously would argue is the fulfillment of the Jewish Messianic prophecies. Nonetheless, the question is, you got somebody today, 21st century, who is a born-again believer in Jesus Christ. However, their family heritage is Jewish. Are they expected to keep the Torah? Now, this is where I would bring up Galatians chapter 2. You think, what does that have to do with this question? Well, in Galatians chapter 2, we have two very prominent believers. We have Peter and we have Paul. Now, Peter was the apostle to the Jews. Paul was the apostle to the Gentiles. And Paul is hosted, I'm kind of reading into this, Paul's hosting an all-you-can-eat barbecue fest to reach more Gentiles for Jesus. Peter shows up and he is elbow high in barbecue sauce. Paul calls him out and basically says that you're destroying your testimony to the Jews. You have the freedom, but this is not wise. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12 makes this statement, all things are lawful for me, but not everything is expedient. So what does this mean? If you are a Messianic Jew, and whomever submitted the question may be one, I have no idea, then you are free from the Torah because Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of the law. However, family, friends, co-workers, whomever who may be Torah-abiding Jews, you have to operate as that bridge between, and there may be times where you need to, quote, even though you're free from the law, be a part of the law to reach those that are still cursed under the law. Let me give you a real life example. I have a friend of mine of days past that is exactly the embodiment of this question. He's a Messianic Jew. His family was so, shall we say, frustrated with his conversion. They actually had a ceremonial funeral. Now, they didn't actually put a tombstone up, but they were that upset with him. And when he has interaction with his family, which is very rare, he is very careful to be Torah abiding, particularly with kosher laws, Passover, etc., because he wants to reach them with the gospel and not just celebrate his freedom in front of them. So again, they're not obliged, they're not obligated. However, for evangelistic purposes, I would say, just like Galatians chapter 2, it can be advantageous to, quote, practice that which is lawful, though expedient. Great question. If you have one, send to askjeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at askjeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.